third grade. Mr. Calvert here. Today I'm hoping that you guys finish up your Romero Brito projects. And then when you are done, we're going to be taking a photograph of those and uploading them to Seesaw. Now that sounds simple enough, but I don't just want any willy-nilly picture of your artwork. When we talk about our art, or when we post pictures of our artwork in art, we want it to look really professional. We want it to look like it's a well-made artwork. And one way to make our artwork look better is to photograph it better. And in art, we talk about something called a portfolio. So a portfolio is kind of what we are starting today. My Harmony and Consolidated students, you guys have had portfolios since you guys were in kindergarten. Some of you guys know about Artsonia, where we upload our artwork, and then we can go back and look at our artwork through time. For our friends at East and West, this might be something that's new to you guys. And the reason we keep a portfolio is it's a way for us to look at our artwork throughout time. So, for example, my kids at Harmony and Consolidated, we've been taking pictures of our artwork since we were in kindergarten. And then we took pictures in first grade and second grade and third grade. And what do you think happened as those students got older? Well, their artwork started to look better and better and better. And those students then have the opportunity to go back and see how much they've grown as an artist. If you grow up to be a professional artist, like Mr. Calvert, I like to make paintings on the side, and then I also sell those paintings so that way I can raise money to buy more art supplies because it costs money to make art. Professional artists keep a portfolio too, because if they were going to go into a job for like graphic design or to be an architect, those people who are trying to hire that artist, they're not just going to hire them without seeing their work. They typically, an artist will bring in their portfolio, which is a bunch of different pictures of their artwork, and then the person hiring them will judge them based on their artwork. And if they like their artwork and they think it fits well with their company, they'll hire them. So we are going to be keeping a portfolio this year on Seesaw. And one of the ways, actually, let's take a look at my portfolio quick. So Mr. Calvert keeps his own website. You'll notice that a lot with professional artists, that they have their own website. That way people can come and find my artwork. So we'll go into my portfolio. Here are some that I started making this year. Once the quarantine started, I got to do a lot of painting. But when we click on my pictures, I want you to look at how nice and neat they look. Okay, when I see this painting, I don't see the table next to it. I don't see crayons and markers next to it. I see a really nicely cropped photograph. Now you might be wondering, what is cropping? Well, cropping is when you cut out things that don't belong on your picture. Okay, so I didn't want those other things distracting from my artwork. On my portfolio, I want it to be just focused on my painting. Here are just a couple more examples. Okay, and the reason Mr. Calvert does a nice job cropping is because the better it looks, the more likely somebody is to buy one of my paintings. Now I know that you guys are third graders. You're probably not necessarily thinking about selling your artwork yet. But in the future, if you want to go back and look at your paintings throughout time, you're not going to want to see, your scissors laying next to your painting, or you don't want your artwork to be crooked. Okay, so this is just a nice way for us to kind of start practice being professional artists. And I'm going to show you now how to make your artwork look like that.
Hey, third grade. So today for our portfolio, what you're going to need to do is you need to go into your camera and we need to take a picture of our artwork. Now, typically you would take your picture right inside of Seesaw, but Seesaw actually doesn't allow us to crop or cut out the bad stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my camera and I'm going to take a nice, good picture. Now, I have my iPad turned sideways. Okay, I probably want it to be vertical or portrait mode right now because that's the direction that my artwork goes. So I'm going to get kind of nice and close. You don't want to take a picture like this. This is way too far away. Don't take it like this. Okay, kind of nice and close. Sometimes my students actually like to put their artwork on the floor and do this. All right, so I took my picture. I'm going to click right here, that little picture of myself. And then I'm going to click Edit up in the top corner. And once I've done that, it's going to bring up a bunch of tools that I can do. I want to go to this little square guy in the left right here. That's the crop tool. And then I can touch the corners and I can carefully move it to the edge of my artwork. Now it's fine if your cropping cuts off just a hair. Okay, if it's not perfectly straight, like there, you can actually see that mine is cutting it off just a touch. That's fine, as long as it's not a lot. After I'm done with that, I'm going to hit done. Notice that I can't see the table. This is a really well cropped artwork. I can hit done. And bam, look at that. That is a good looking artwork. I would hire Mr. Calvert if I was an employer. Next, I'm going to go into Seesaw. Seesaw. Okay, and then you are going to go up to the top left where your name is. And you're going to go to art. Now, I have a ton of art classes on here. You guys won't have this many options. But I'm going to go into art. I'm going to go to activities. Please don't post it to the journal because that's almost like a Facebook news feed, and it gets to be a lot of things on a page at once. So I like things going under activities because it's easier for me to find them. You're going to go to your project that we worked on. So, for example, if we're doing Romero Brito, it's probably not going to be self-portrait day 1 because that's the one we were just drawing. It'll probably be like self-portrait day 3 or day 4, whatever the newest one is. You're going to hit add response. You're going to click on your name. Mine says sample student. And we're going to go to photo. It's going to probably ask you if you want to access the camera. Hit OK. Whoops, actually, let's go back. It looks like that's for taking a photo. We're going to go to upload. Let's try that again. Upload. And you're just going to go to photos and videos. Don't go to Google Drive. Photos and videos is going to take it right from the ones that are on your iPad. Hit OK. It's going to ask if you can have access to your photos. We want to say yes. It needs to pull our photo. Go into your recents or recently added. Doesn't matter. Click on your photo and give it that green check mark. All right, that looks perfect. You don't need to add any text to it. You don't need to add any like filters or any drawings to it. This is exactly what Mr. Calvert wants. He wants a nicely cropped photo. Okay, if you have that, hit that green check mark, and bam, you just sent that to Mr. Calvert, and he's going to be super psyched to see your finished artwork. Okay, so remember to finish up your project that you're working on. Take a picture of it under camera, crop it, and then you can send it to Seesaw. Remember, you can't take the picture right in Seesaw because you can't crop it in that program. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.